Hey fam, welcome back for my new viewers. Hey, welcome. Thank you for connecting with me. My name is Elle. Today is May 22nd, 2019, and I have been receiving divine intuitive messages for quite some time, but it hasn't been until more recently that I have been guided to share these messages with you. If you're new to my channel, I am a divine twin flame who is in the process of union and harmonization. But at the current moment, my beloved and I are experiencing some challenges on this path. I've known that I am a twin flame for, what is this, 2019? For quite some time. I want to say since 2011. I've been on a spiritual path since before I've been in school. So that was since before since I want to say 3 years old, I've known that I am on a spiritual journey. I've known that there is more to life than what we see. I have always known that this is not who I am, that I am a, a, a divine being. I've always known that. So, with that being said, when I expressed to my beloved my knowing of our connection, he was at the point in his life where he was living more so in the 3D. And I tried my best not to pressure him and to hold space for him to get the messages that he needed to get so that he could move in such a way that his heart and soul were telling him to move. And we finally got to the point where things had became kind of funky in his life. Everything started to break down, and he realized, that he had been getting messages, but he wasn't listening to them. So he realized when his life started to break down that, yeah, he needs to move more towards towards the divine, and more towards the divine messages and his spirituality. So he got on his spiritual train, and he was moving. But I feel personally, and I could definitely be wrong, and I'm just sharing with you my experience and my perception, that because he had experienced an accelerated awakening. Everything was coming quick. Now, I had years of experiencing my awakening, and I'm still waking up, just like everyone is still waking up. Ain't nobody woke, fam. Nobody is woke. Because if we were woke, we probably wouldn't be here, because we'd be vibrating at such a level that our physical body just couldn't take it anymore. So let's get that straight. So he's gotten to the point where he does acknowledge that we do share this beautiful divine connection, but he's still trapped in ego and 3D. And he does receive messages. He does receive divine messages, but he also receives messages that are not so divine, just like all of us. And I've suggested to him and asked him to ask who is giving him these messages, the messages that don't feel right to me. And I'm not sure if he does or not. And the messages don't feel right because they're just really lower vibrating messages that deal with sex and deal with spreading your energy out amongst people. So the challenge that we are facing right now deals with our connection, and it deals with how we communicate with each other and what is really going on. And this message doesn't only pertain to twin flames, it pertains to every person. So I wrote the message down so I wouldn't babble anymore. So here it is. And this message is from my spirit team, and I work with a lot of divine illuminated energies and entities. So this message is coming from all of the illuminated beings that I am working with and that connects with me, as well as my guides and the divine as well. And a lot of the messages from my guides, I believe I have 10 now. um I believe I still have 10. I have to double check though. So when I receive a lot of the messages, they come to me in pictures, in words, and in ways that I will understand them and be able to absorb the message. And sometimes my guides use profanity. Sometimes my guides tease me. Sometimes my guides are really sarcastic. And you'll feel, and hear all of this in the message. So here is the message. L. You aspire to live in 4D and above. However, you are still living and dealing with those living in the 3D. No matter how much you would like to live in 4D and above, the fact of the matter is that you're not there yet. We're just not there yet. But we're working on it. You raise your vibration and move into 4D and above when you meditate, do yoga, pray, chant, etc. You get the ding dong picture. But because 3D is so dense and you are physically in 3D, it's a challenge to remain in the higher vibrating energies and dimensions. It is a challenge, but it can be done. You just have to be extremely disciplined, dedicated, and focused. You were there before, L. You can go higher and above this time. You've been behaving like you're dealing with your beloved in the 4D and beyond. But in reality, he is still actively living in 3D while trying to figure out what's going on with his life. Not only that, but because he is so heavily invested in 3D, as are most men, because 3D is materialistic, what is happening is you're dealing with his ego more than his higher self. And this is why his intent does not match his actions, L. Laugh out loud. Do you get it now? If you want to deal with him, seek him out in the 4D and beyond. Connect with his higher self and stop dealing with him in the 3D. This way, you will no longer experience the fuckery. Laugh out loud. We know you love and respect us. So act like it. Stop fucking around with him right now. Stop fucking yourself around. Reconnect with us and his higher self and start to do your work again. You are so concerned about what he is doing and how it makes you feel. You completely forgot who the fuck you are and why you came here. You have people who need you and the gifts you have to offer to help to empower them. What the fuck are you waiting for? Stop disrespecting us and yourself. So, I received this message this morning because part of the challenge that my beloved and I are facing is the fact that he is always telling me that he doesn't intend to hurt my feelings. And the intent behind a lot of the things that he does is good, but the the action that comes behind the intent is always triggers me or leads me to feeling hurt. So he may say, I didn't intend to hurt you, but his actions did hurt me. And that doesn't it doesn't weigh it's not ma'at, it's not balanced. If you intend to do something, right, or if you intend not to hurt someone's feelings, but your actions and you know that your actions are going to hurt their feelings. What's really going on? What is really, really going on? And I had to sit back and really read and hear this message again. Like, when I heard the message this morning, I was speaking to my team and I'm like, this is so true. This is so real. I really have to share this with other people, because, especially twin flames, because a lot of you beautiful fellow beloved twin flame females may be experiencing the same thing, where your beloved knows that you share this connection. My beloved has said to me, I love you, Elle. I'm in love with you, Elle. We're going to be together. But his actions don't coincide with that. And that may cause a problem. That may cause you to struggle within your head and within your heart. Like, what? This doesn't make any sense. If this person says that they love me, why are their actions still hurting me? And they say after the actions, after they know, they knew before that their actions would hurt you, they still went ahead and did what they thought or felt that they should do, came back, and you're hurt. And they say, oh, well, I didn't intend on hurting you. Well, what the fuck did you intend on doing then? And furthermore, these actions, are they disrespectful actions? Because in my experience, I feel like my beloved did some real disrespectful shit to me. Some real disrespectful shit, fam. And let me tell you something. I wouldn't accept this behavior from anyone else. But why is it that I accepted it from him? That's another question that you have to ask yourself, whether you're in a twin flame connection or not. Just because you love someone, or just because you know that you have a divine spiritual connection with someone, doesn't mean that you have to tolerate the disrespect. It doesn't mean that on any level. There is no law that is written. There's nothing written in blood or stone. Nothing. It doesn't mean that you have to accept the disrespect. You can walk the fuck away, hold space for them, and still love them unconditionally, but you don't have to tolerate the disrespect. If you feel like you are in any type of relationship and your significant other is being disrespectful to what you believe in, who you are, who you believe in, who you pray to, whatever the case, if you feel like they're being disrespectful to you on any level, guess what, fam? You need to do something about it. You need to do something about it. Not only are you allowing them to be disrespectful, but you're being disrespectful as well. And in my case, I feel like my beloved is being disrespectful to me. But to take it a step further, I'm being disrespectful to my spirituality, and I'm being disrespectful to God, my guides, and everything that I know and believe in with regards to who I am and why I came here at this period and at this time on earth. So I have to ask myself, it's not so much what is he doing, and it's not so much about his intent. It's about this. Okay, so you know that his intent doesn't match the things that he is doing. You know that his intent or his actions don't match the things that he has said to you. So why are you still sticking around? Like, what law says that you have to continue to be around him or communicate with him or give him your energy or allow him to be in your presence? There's no law that says that. There's no law. And just because you are a twin flame, you should know better. And I'm talking to myself. Elle, you should know better than to allow this to happen. Move away from him. Stay away from that person. And if they get their shit together and you want to communicate with them, so be it. But if they don't, keep it moving, because the more you allow other people to come into your energy and disrespect you, the more you're disrespecting the God or goddess within you, the more you are disrespecting the divine creator. And like the message says, although our goal is to vibrate, raise our vibration so that we could be in a higher dimension than 3D. We're not there yet. We're just not there yet. That we're working towards it. That we are the pioneers. We are the trailblazers. We are the way, what do they call it? The way showers or whatever. Whatever. This is who we are. We haven't gotten there yet. So even though I do my work, he does his work, you do your work, they do their work, people over there do their work, we're still living in the 3D. So we still have to deal with 3D issues. So when we deal with 3D, even me in this situation, I'm somewhat being egotistical. Very, very much so. Just like all of us are. But the fact of the matter is that if you know, then you should do something about it. It's okay to see how other people contribute. It's okay to see how other people trigger you. All of that stuff is okay. It is not okay to blame your beloved or the other person. Because when you point the finger, you got these three fingers pointing back. And when it all boils down to this, just because I have this connection with him, I'm still responsible for me. I'm still responsible for my spirituality. I'm still responsible to uphold my divinity. I'm still responsible for myself. And if I know that he or anyone else is being disrespectful to me, then it is my responsibility to take a step back, move away, and stop it. Like I said, I wouldn't tolerate the disrespect from anybody else. Why have I tolerated it from him? Because I think that I'm dealing with him in the 4D, because I hope that I'm dealing with him in the 4D, because we're twin flames, and it has to be in a higher dimension. We have to be, I have to love him. I feel all of this. Yeah, I feel the pain. Yes, I love him unconditionally, but where the fuck is that getting me? That's getting me to the point where I'm disrespecting the goddess in me. What kind of shit is that? And that's what other twin flames and other people need to think about as well. Like, this energetic connection is a beautiful gift. It's a gift. But we have destroyed the divinity in it, because we think that just because we are given this gift, that it's okay to allow our beloveds to do anything. And it's okay to love them even though they're stepping on us and hurting our feelings and trying to convince us of something that we know is not right with regards to our own spirituality and the divine messages that we've received. Cut that shit out, because it doesn't work. It doesn't work on 3D, as you can see, and it's not going to work in 4D and above. So when does all of this stuff end? It's like, when does this stuff end? So for me, it ends today, because I just, I cannot believe that I have allowed myself to get to the point where I have been disrespectful to the divine. That bothers me. That bothers me. And even though I love this man with all of my heart and soul, when he did that disrespectful shit to me, fam, my chest was hurting. I thought I was having a fucking heart attack. Okay? So I know that some of you have felt that way as well. And that's when you know this shit ain't right. That's when you know you have to take a step back because you are not vibrating high. You're not, you're not, you're not, you're not. You have come down to the 3D and you are in it just as much as they are. Nah, this is not what this connection is about. It is not, it is not, it is not. And as much as I love love and I love him and I want to be with him and I want this all to work out, this is not what this is about. It's not. It's not, especially if you are disrespecting the connection that you have with the divine. It's not. There, you can always, even if you're physically separated from your beloved and you don't speak to them for years, you can always connect with them on the higher plane, because on the higher plane, that's who they really are. When we are here, remember, fam, we are divine spirits experiencing human life. We are of 5D and above, but we are experiencing 3D. Remember that. And we can choose whether or not we want to communicate with our beloveds in 3D, or if we want to communicate with them in the higher dimensions and in the higher vibrating planes. It's a choice. 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 Because the things that happen here are not real. This plane is dense. It's materialistic. It's low vibrating sexual. It's, you know, packed with desire. Gimme, gimme. I want, I need, I have to have. That's not what the divine is about. It's not. And this message that I received this morning was so surreal because I have been going through it heavy, fam. Like, even on the way home from work, I came from the gym and I'm crying because I'm feeling all of this being released. It's releasing. It's coming out of me. Me knowing that the path that I chose was a path of disrespect to the divine. And I have got to correct this with the divine, because my connection with the divine means so much more to me than my connection with my beloved. It does. That's just how I feel. So I hope that you got something from my rant and the beautiful message that I received about connecting with your beloved in the higher realms and dimensions, because sometimes that's all you really can do at the moment. That's really all you really can do until there is a merge and a harmonization within them and within you. We are all on our own separate paths. We are all where we are supposed to be. All of us. We're supposed to be here, and we're supposed to be right where we are on our path, whether it's a twin flame path or not. So just know that, and know that the divine loves you, your team loves you, your guides love you. They always, always love you, no matter what. No matter what. You can make a zillion, trillion, billion mistakes, but they will still be there to support you and love you. They will still be there giving you the messages. They will still be there encouraging you until you get it. Until you get it. And you will get it. Just stay the path. Have faith. Love yourself. Don't take any of the bullshit from your beloved or anyone else or yourself or your ego. And just keep on moving. You know, be prayerful, be mindful, be grateful for all of the things you experience, the challenges, the good times, everything. Just be grateful and be open and observant. And you will be fine. Just like I'll be fine. You might cry sometimes. That's okay. You might get fed up sometimes. That's okay. Just allow yourself to go through whatever emotion it is, but don't be disrespectful to the divinity in you. Do not. Start to do what you need to do to raise your vibration. And if you really want to connect with your beloved and or anyone else, and you're having a challenge with connecting with them in the 3D because the interaction between you and them is hurtful, connect with them in 4D and above. It's going to trickle down. Believe me, it's going to trickle down. It's going to trickle down into the 3D. It will do that. So fam, I will connect with you again soon. I hope that this helped you in some type of way. And we're going to do this. We're going to do this together. We're going to do this together. We're going to do this, fam. Let's do this. Okay. I'll talk with you later. Bye.